That should work for volume. Alrighty. And yes, Tension Pulse is a exhibition stream put on by some of the awesome people in the US Guilty Gear community, where they match up folks to do an online 1st to 7. So, I hadn't signed up for a long time, so I put my name back on there, and they asked if I would do this Monday, and I said, hell yeah. So, this will be my first time doing Tension Pulse as a player. I've done one round of commentary for them, so. Hey, thanks, Bocom. Appreciate it, friend. Alright, everything looks good over there. Yeah, I think we're good. We can chill out. I'm going to have to make a hard consideration of whether or not FF14 is now my favorite RPG of all time. Like, it's a strong consideration. No, RPG. Like, not just MMO. It's easily my favorite MMO of all time. That's not close. It's not even remotely close. Never, nothing in... I played WoW because WoW was a way to kill time, and I enjoyed loot hunting. WoW was basically my replacement for Diablo 2 when Diablo 2 wasn't popular, but it just was an MMO format instead. But I never gave two shits about WoW's story. Ever. FF14 is the exact polar opposite. Why do I have unID'd charms lying around? Oh, I did forget. I left one in the thing. That's the other thing I need to set up. Okay, hold up. Let's rearrange this a little bit. Do I care about having... Okay, let's go like this. Okay. Don't need that one. Is there anything we want to take off so I can have keys for the sparkly chest? We can lose a little fire resist, that's fine. Make sure gear is all in good shape. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Let's see, what do we want to farm on today? Players 5? Yeah, players 5 should be fine. I can do 7, but it slows down clear speed a decent amount. Okay. Doot. Let's go clear out the ancient tunnels a fuck billion times and see what kind of fun stuff we find today. Still waiting on a good ethereal armor base for mercenary armor. Yep, that really is the difference. As simple as that is, it's like having it be the story about your character just makes such a huge difference. Kind of, Raiko. The difficulty scaling in Diablo 2 is much different from Diablo 3. But the higher number of players, the more, it doesn't affect, like, the quality of drops. All it does is it increases the amount of experience you get for killing mobs, and then it also, lowers the no-drop odds, like the odds that a monster will just drop nothing. So, raising the difficulty basically gives me better chances of every enemy in these areas, potentially dropping a good item that I want. And it doesn't really change my kill speed much. Yeah, no, for me, Imwe, that's completely different. I infinitely prefer the way FF14 does it. FF14 is just masterful with it. Because the thing that FF14 does is it gives you other characters to give a shit about. Like, you actually care about the other characters, and the other characters don't sit around and get Mary Sued all the time. Like, characters can die, characters have lots of flaws. Oh, I forgot to get all this shit identified. Oops, let's go do that. I forgot to put town portals on. Shit. That's what I did wrong. Okay, hang on. We gotta go fix this. Knew I forgot something. Book of Town Portal, kind of handy. I don't use it often. Actually, we could just, like, buy some Town Portal scrolls and put them on 4. That's probably easier. We'll just do that. There we go. Kane, identify this crap.
Yes.
Thank you. Alright. Crap. Crap and crap. Gross. Look at all this garbage. Also garbage. Alright. Let's put some forges.
Welcome to my shop.
Yeah, and I agree. It's just hard to be invested in WoW in the same way. It really is.
Approach and let's trade.
Really? You have to have space to even buy it? Fine. Here, let's do this. There we go. Alright, now we're good to go. Man, this is going to seem so unexciting compared to 14, but it'd be like that. Oops, missed the entrance. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on it, but man, 14 might legit be my favorite RPG I've ever played. I'm trying to think of what story would actually top this one for me, and I don't know if I can think of one, to be honest. There were other RPG stories that definitely impacted me in similar way, like with, you know, actually me giving a shit kind of thing, but none of them that well written. The first time going through Persona 3 probably had that level of investment from me. I would say. Yeah, Space Squid. I mean, this is my Friday ritual now, is doing the Diablo 2 stream, so. But I decided after yesterday, I'm like, I can't sit till Saturday to finish Shadowbringers. Like, I have to finish it. I have to see what happens. I was right. I did need to see what happens. I was definitely, most of the way through, I was pretty convinced, I was pretty convinced that things with Emmett were not going to be resolved in this expansion. I actually did not really think he was going to be the end of it. Just because the Ascian plot is so verbose that I just assumed he was going to extend on into whatever we had coming next. Ooh, Thresher. F? F Thresher? No, not F, damn. Another 4-socket, though. We'll keep that. That's useful. Yeah, no, the story planning in that game is incredible. Like, 14's story planning is just masterful. Like, all I can say is they absolutely have their work cut out for them now. Trying to follow that up, like, holy shit, dude. That's kind of the cool part, Imwe, is you can honestly play FF14 pretty much as a single-player game. Now, granted, you do have to pay a subscription and all that, and I totally get why people wouldn't want to do it, but it's probably the most friendly single-player game out there for an MMO. It's going to be really hard to take a little bit seriously after Emmett. Really hard. But my guess is now it's not going to necessarily be about Elidibus as the forefront villain. It's more about this, what we learned about in Amarant. And from Emmett himself, just being like, no, this isn't just about, you know, Ascians being superior beings. It's like, we created the world. Like, our primal is the original god kind of thing. Yeah, we definitely need to talk with Crystal Mom. She got some splaining to do. She got some serious splaining to do. Not having a firm? Oh. Alright. We identify. Junk. Take the Thresher with us. There we go. Yeah, Ascians were almost non-existent in Stormblood. Like, what did we actually see for Ascians, like, actions in Stormblood? Because I can't think of much. The true in-game begins collecting tomestones. What do tomestones actually get you? Because I'll definitely do. You do that by doing, like, what, EX dailies and stuff like that. Yeah, we just saw Emmett Solus around the end. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What eye level gear can you get with the new tomestones, actually? I'm curious. So do you get tomestone? Do you have to run, like, the highest end dungeons to get the new tomestones, I take it? I'm on 450 gear now because, well, I have very, very generous people in the free company that craft me stuff. Doing roulettes while 80 gives tomestones. Well, now I'll be hopping on to do roulettes every day. I take it you can, is it like other MMO kind of in-game currency where you can only get so many? I have Bone Snap, right? Let me have this site. Weapons, axe, bow, clubs. Yep, we have Bone Snap. We're good. 450 a week? Okay. Cool. 450 per week. Okay. Oh yeah, no, FF14's not going away as a stream game. Not at all. I still intend for Sundays to always be FF14 chill Sunday. But I want to do the raids that I haven't done from Stormblood and and Heavensward. Side quest stuff. Obviously want to do, like, see the other Hildy quests, stuff like that. What else? An important tweet for all to click. Okay, let me finish this run and I will click. And then I'll probably stream our static raid as well. Because why not? Let's see. Let me see this tweet. That's a good doggo. That is a very good doggo. I approve. This is the kind of content the internet was made for. Good doggos. Aww. Speaking of good doggos. Somebody's sunbathing, if you can see him. Can hardly see him because the light's too bright. But he's doing sunbathing as a dog loaf. Praise. I can tell you right now, Fujin is not excited about the prospect of winter coming back. He is not a winter doggo at all. It would be perfectly fine if winter never came back. Refocus? Camera? Or did I smear my gross-ass fingerprint on it? Nope, there it goes. Okay. There we go. Just took it a minute. But yeah, there'll still be FF14 stuff, for sure. Obviously, whenever new patches get released, that's going to be top billing for me, personally. Just probably won't be as much random, like, hey, today's a FF14 stream, surprise! Like, that probably will still happen, it just won't be nearly as frequent now that I'm actually caught up with everybody. But I'm playing this till the ride's over. Like, zero chance I'm gonna stop now. Hey, Graf, how you doing? Yep, I finished Shadowbringers today. Latest patch was a buff to ninjas. It was also a buff to samurai. So I'm already enjoying the latest patch. Haha. Ooh, Monarch. Could be good. 4 socket, we can make spirit in it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a thing. Oh, it's ethereal. Boo. Alright, well, that's a shame. Ethereal shields are pretty useless, unfortunately. 2 martial arts. And that's almost good. But it's martial arts, and unfortunately, martial arts assassins are not where it's at. As much as that pains me. I love martial arts builds, but they are not a great single-player build. I will say, though, like, man, melee DPS in FF14 is fucking hard. It's easily the hardest MMO role I've ever tried to play. Like, healing in 14 is really not too bad. Really not too bad. But it also, I think it also feels a lot, it's felt a lot worse because I've had so many new things to pick up. And I made a point to not get any info on any of the fights as I played Shadowbringers. So it's like, I mean, pretty much you guys saw me, every fight I did, you saw my first attempt. So it's literally just me, like, guessing. And trying to, like, watch what's going on. I'm not gonna lie, like, one thing that is definitely difficult about FF14 is, like, the first time you go to a fight and try to see where mechanics are, like, there's a lot going on in an FF14 boss fight. Like, a lot going on. Yeah, actually, like, Hades as a trial wasn't too bad. The only thing that really, yeah, I keep the camera zoomed out, definitely. There's a Grand Sharp down there. I get that. But, like, the only thing that threw me off with the Hades fight was I was like, okay, these things came up. Am I supposed to stand in them? Because from my camera angle, it looked like the blue, like, disc things falling to the ground were falling directly on the spots on the floor. So I was like, are we supposed to stand in these? Are we supposed to neutralize these? And then no, it just turned out I was standing in giant hitbox. So I'm like, well, I got. So and that was the only time I died in that fight, so I'm like, I'll take that. I consider that a success. Hey, Corndan, how you doing? We always have plenty of stupids. Always. And then I think there was one time where there was a stack icon, and I didn't realize I had, like, an AoE bomb coming down on my head, and I think I stood in the middle of everybody. Because I just saw the stack thing. I'm like, oh shit. Quick, stack up. And then, like, then I saw other things falling. I'm like, oh shit, did I have a circle on me or something that I couldn't see? Okay. I probably just didn't see it or recognize it because I was standing near everybody else at the same time. So that's unfortunate, but what I mean, it happens. Oh yeah, no, I have no doubt that's a wipe if you do that. Convince your mercenaries naturally green. Yeah, there's a few poison enemies in the ancient tunnels. Luckily, he's got max resistances, so he does okay. Hassan holds his own, like a champion. God, what a phenomenal game. I'm still just kind of, like, floored. Which mercenary class is the best one to run? The Act 2. Act 2 mercs are so much better than every other mercenary in the game. Because they all get, they all have auras, and auras are just so powerful to have. And you can also make incredibly strong rune words in polearms, which is what they use for a weapon. They're just really good. Really, really good. There's a couple specific builds where, like, you can use the Act 1 Rogue Merc, because you can see, like, you set up with, like, a Faith Bow and stuff like that. Yeah, the Act 2 Mercs are considered Paladins, so they get Paladin auras. Yeah, they can use spears as well, but for the most part, you stick to polearms, because polearms just have some busted-ass rune words that you can put in them. And when you play Diablo 2 after rune words were installed, rune words are the name of the game. They're just too fucking good in most situations. The one thing I think is going to be the most difficult for them to follow up is, how do you follow that villain? Like, Heavensward had really interesting villains because you had a multitude of things going on between Nidhogg, Space Pope, all that kind of stuff, but man, Emmett is just a phenomenal villain from top to bottom. And that's to me, that's the unfortunate part about bringing Xenos back into the fray, is like, Xenos is an amusing rival. Like, for just being this I want to fight rival, he fits the mold perfectly. But that does not hold up after Emmett. Like, not at all. I'm using a Holy Freeze Merc, Arlthorn. So, a Nightmare defensive mercenary. Because the Sorceress doesn't need any of the damage auras, because I don't do any melee damage to begin with. So, I just use Holy Freeze as a way to help crowd control even more. Keeps the Merc alive. You asked why Xenos was in Dissident. Yeah, you're not wrong. Dissident has some sweet remixes of, or like rock versions of the soundtrack though, so that's cool. No, it doesn't reduce enemy cold resist. It forces freeze on them even if they have some modifier that doesn't allow them to not be frozen. Only way you can reduce resistances is with the Necro Curse lower resist or the Paladin Aura Conviction, which is something I'm working on because I'm one rune away from being able to build an Infinity Polearm, which is what you use for like lightning builds and a couple other things, because Infinity puts a very high conviction aura on your mercenary, and it can break a lot of the immunities in the game, and that is very strong. It's also one of the most expensive rune words in the game. I am very much hoping that they resolve whatever is going to be with Xenos in the coming patches. Oh, damn. Eth Giant Fresher. I have not found a good Eth base to make Infinity yet. I'm still looking for one, unfortunately. I'm not too... like... honestly, I'm not that worried about it. If I find the last Burr rune I need, and I'll just put it in a 4 open socket Thresher and not worry about it being ethereal. Like, it would be a nice bonus, but it's not like it's that necessary. Yeah, Infinity is one of the most expensive rune words in the game. It's Bear Ist, Bear Mal. And all of those are basically considered high runes. You can argue if Mal and Ist are high runes or not. I consider high runes to start at Ist, more or less. And Mal is one rune under Ist. So, but Burr is the third highest rune in the game. No, fourth highest rune in the game. Only Ja, Cham, and Zod are more hard to find than a Burr rune. Kneel before Zod, yes. Correct. Also, hey, Felly, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, I'm still just, man, what a great game. Like, I picked up Final Fantasy XIV last year because I'm like, man, I miss playing MMOs, and a lot of people say Final Fantasy XIV's gotten to a really good place. And I picked it up just to have something to go around and play, just like late night play some MMO grinding. That was all I was gonna do. How many sockets are you? Oh, hey, that'll make a good call to arms. We'll keep that. Have you heard about Yakuza 7 stuff? All I know is that apparently the combat's turn-based, but I don't read news on any of the Yakuza games because I don't want to potentially spoil myself on anything until I've played all of them. Like, I deliberately do not read up, like, anything about, like, protagonist names or stuff like that just because, like, I can't be sure there won't be something that would spoil the Yakuza games I haven't played yet, so...
I can't carry it anymore.
No, soul. I have a ton of soul runes. It's a very low rune at this point. So, some low runes I pick up like Ral and stuff like that. Felly, thanks for the host. Like Ral is incredibly useful, so I'll pick up any Ral rune I find, or any Spirit runes I find I pick up, because you reroll Spirit a lot. About the only thing you use the Soul rune for is making Insight, and I already have a couple Insights, so, and I have tons of runes to make more, so it's definitely not a priority.
I am overburdened.
I mean, I'm definitely going to start Yakuza 3 sometime in the future here. I need to get caught up on the other games I started, mainly, DK64 and Sekiro. Which I'll definitely be able to work on more now that I'm caught up on FF14. I definitely did not realize what I was getting into with DK64. Didn't realize that was going to be like a 40-hour jaunt, but it'll be a good kind of just fuck around game. I'm sure it'll provide some entertaining moments for people as well, so. I don't know when or if I'll get back to Valkyrie Profile, Felly. I have a very hard time wanting to go back and play anything that I was playing while Dad was sick, because it just reminds me of that point in time a lot with when I was streaming. That's like one of the reasons I haven't gone back to, like, say, Resonance of Fate. Yeah, Shinku, I finished Shadowbringers today. Fucking cold immune. Stop trying to kill my mercenary. I need that. Not saying I won't ever go back to those games, but it's certainly not a guarantee. Let's just say to hell with that cold immune and move on. Also, I think somebody asked if I was going to try to make every rune word for the Grail. Probably. I will probably make a point to make every rune word as well. At least once. I feel like that's a fair part of it. I forgot to put... Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me make sure Lanny spams... Not spams, but shares the website so people can see. Let's see. There we go. Okay. We'll make Lanny actually work for her metal shavings for once. Thanks, CB Maniac. Hey, Battle Wolf, how you doing? I think the most annoying part about Xenos overall is that it's like, he bitched out. Like, he literally cut himself down. And I mean, like, in the most literal sense. Like, you can't even take that as, like, you know, a symbolism thing. So it's like, bitch, you already gave up. Also, you couldn't beat us as Shinryu. How the fuck you gonna do it as reincarnated nerd? I'm sure there's gonna be some, you know, he got extra powers because, I don't know, Asian things. I'm gonna drop off that crystal sword. They were really playing up his fake echo again, but it's like he used that in Stormblood. So I'm kind of like, what's the point of this? And honestly, I'm not sure. But I found it really interesting that they leveraged that again. I'll reorganize runes later. They can go there for now. I'm level 88 now. Xenos goes full Doki Doki Literature Club. See, that would be great, because if he did that, then Square Enix would ban his account for fucking hacking instantly. And we'd be like, cool, we don't have to fight Xenos now. Hooray. Here's the thing. Is Elidibus that smart? Elidibus kind of comes off as the brute force Ascian. Like, he's just like, I have a plan and it's going to work. Shit, it didn't work. What if I do it again? But this time with more feeling. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Labre is definitely more the brute force. That's fair. I'd say that's a fair assessment. The thing is I don't know how he could use Xenos. Xenos is kind of so, I mean, like, he literally is just like, I'm killing my own dad because His war is going to get in the way of me fighting my murder boner thing. So, I don't know that Xenos is all that controllable at this point. But they're Asians, so they just make shit up. Yeah, schemer is a fair adjective. If you want to fight them, you'll have to rejoin the world. I would be so mad if that was actually a plot point. I could totally see Xenos trying it, just being like, well... Yeah. Like, Xenos makes for an excellent, just classic, you know, supervillain kind of, you know, like, completely one-minded, completely, like, minimal depth to the character. It's just like, nope, I do one thing, I just do it really well. There's a cool shiny sword on the first. You should go get it. Xenos and swords is like a dog with a good stick. You want the sword, boy? You want the sword, boy? Ready? Ready? Go get it. Bork, 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 bork. Modern day 8-bit theater fighter. He really is. He really is. You're not wrong. That is a very accurate assessment of Xenos. Hey, Adoke. How goes? Shadowbringers was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hell yeah, man. Gotta get them sword chucks in. What I'm kind of curious now is, it's pretty clear the Empire is not going to survive long enough to be the big bad. So, like, like, kind of where the end of the Final Fantasy XIV story goes. So it's going to have to be the Asians, isn't it? Like, but if there's only one left, well, we don't know that. There could easily be more of these sycophants that haven't played their hand yet. Yeah, I could see that. Turn Xenos into the Zodiark equivalent of you being, you know, Heidelin's gift. Let's see. How many have we killed? I mean, we killed La Habrea once, didn't we seal La Habrea the one time? Or am I thinking otherwise? Yeah, by Space Pope. That's right.
There's nothing. The right
Which one did we seal the first time we used the Aetherite? The condensed Aetherite. I can't remember which one that was. No Briales? Okay. I know. It'll be fun, because I can finally, like, go in the spoiler channel in the Discord and, like, talk theory shit with people and stuff. So that's cool. I don't know. Either way, just... what a fucking masterful game from top to bottom. I... never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that a fucking MMO could become one of my favorite RPGs ever, if not possibly my favorite. Also, the music in Shadowbringers is off the chain good. The title theme alone is just like, oh, it's so good. Damn, if that had max damage on it, would have been alright. I mean, I feel like it's a foregone conclusion at this point that sooner or later we are probably going to have to challenge some form of Zodiark.
Stuff.
And stuff. Yes. Zodiark stuff. My favorite kind of stuff. Not really. It's going to be bad. Nobody wants that. Lord Brimstone, thank you for the 300 stuff, my friend. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. I will say, like, the Stormblood, like, boss theme gets me a little more amped, but the Shadowbringers boss music is amazing. Like, the way they, I don't know, the way they use, they're like, here's the title theme to Shadowbringers, and you're gonna get, like, a different version of this for so many applications, and they're all amazing, is just super impressive. Enjoying a 4-day weekend road trip? Nice. That is a good way to do it. Amrune, yeah, I've been picking up Amrunes again because Spirit. Back. Aha. That's the thing, is I'm kind of trying to think about it, Adok. And I don't know. The gold standard for me for so many years was Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI has fallen off a little bit for me over the years, just because of knowing how that game is held together by duct tape and dreams. But Chrono Trigger is still incredibly high up there. Hey, Z3. Yeah, stay safe. It sounds like Florida is kind of about to take it on the chin, as per the usual nonsense for this time of year, so definitely stay safe, be careful. But I'm trying to think of other RPGs that imprinted on me over the years. I guess I should just do it by console. It's probably easier than just trying to go off the top of my head. PlayStation, it was... I don't think that any RPG impacted me more than Xenogears did on the original PlayStation. That said, Xenogears is one of those things that, while it impacted me a lot with the narrative it told and everything about it. It also, it's such a deeply flawed game that it's like, can I call this my favorite? I don't know. It's hard to say. For, let's see. PS2 is a lot harder because originally I really enjoyed Kingdom Hearts when it came out. As I've gotten older and am not quite as impressed by the idea of fighting Final Fantasy characters in a not Final Fantasy game, I'm like, Kingdom Hearts was fun, but it's definitely not like the impactful series it was when I was a 18-year-old. Persona 3 and 4 obviously get giant nods. Ooh, Wormhide. Ethereal Wormhide? No, damn it. One Saga Wormhide, even worse. Gross. Right, Silver Fox. Yeah, Persona 3 and 4, obviously. Persona 3, like, definitely hit me at a time when I was not prepared for an RPG of that level of emotional investment. So that was something. Persona 3 story better than 4. They're two very different stories. I like them both, but I like them both for different reasons. Persona 3 feels a lot more like a true SMT game because you are very much kind of shown that's like, this is like, there is a sense of impending dread going on with Persona 3 that maintains throughout the entire game. Yeah, Snuggletooth, same. I've never played any of the Wild Arms games, Tark. It's probably a series I should look at some point. I know depending on which ones you play, I know that series can be kind of hit and miss. Welcome back, Koja. Nothing special. Mediocre drops to start the night. Kind of whatever. Yeah, see, I love the story as a whole. Sorry, I'm just going to check a couple messages because I've been ignoring my phone throughout the entirety of the day. Okay. Cool. We're good. I definitely want to blast through DK64 and then get back to Sekiro, because I definitely want to pick another just like actual, I want to play some more JRPGs on stream. There's a lot I want to play on stream, which, as I mentioned before, is not a bad thing because, you know, like, having content for the stream is certainly not a terrible problem to have. Oh, I remember the Vandal Hearts games. My buddy Josh played the Vandal Hearts games a lot. He liked them. Tactics games have not stuck with me over the years, I have to say. It's not a genre I really am a huge fan of. I have to be in a very specific mood to want to play a tactics game. Like, I honestly look back and I'm not sure how I played all the way through the GBA Tactics Ogre game, but I put, like, fuck, I probably put 70 hours on that game. FF Tactics definitely didn't have the impact on me that it did on a lot of people. I super enjoyed my playthrough. I just didn't get as vested as this in the story as a lot of people because I just didn't. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't grip me that hard at the start, so I didn't really pay attention. Yeah, Let Us Cling Together. Or let's see. No, Let Us Cling Together is the PlayStation version, I believe. What is the Knights of Lotus? Yes, that's the one. That's the one. I remember enjoying the shit out of it. I remember getting one of the really busted swords for my character. I remember being able, I can't remember if it was a spell or an attack, but I like literally shot a giant dragon out. So that was cool. It was fun. I definitely had a good time with that game. Fun fact, I actually have a copy of a full, in very good shape copy of Let Us Cling Together for the PlayStation, which, if I recall, is not a cheap game to find. Because I remember back when I worked at Software Etc., if we got a copy of that turned in, it usually got put up for $90, $95 or something like that, used.
Good day.
Original Ogre Battle. A game I've started a couple times but never got very far in is actually Ogre Battle 64, which I still own a copy of. That game feels like it could be really fun. Just like the party building aspect of it and all that, but it's also one of those games that I felt like I had no fucking idea what I was doing when I was trying to play it. Like I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. The original Dot Hack collection got crazy expensive, didn't it? Two-socket. I played through the first Dot Hack, and that was it. I started the second part of the original Dot Hack series, and I was kind of done. I'm like, oh, I'm going to play the exact same game again. And I was just kind of like, I don't want to do this again. Like, if Dot Hack had come out as one giant cohesive game, I probably would have been like, this is pretty fun. I would go all the way through this, but breaking up into 4 games left a bitter taste in my mouth. What's my favorite Dot Hack? I mean, it would have to be the original one, because it's the only one I've played. Dot Hack was a neat idea. Like, it was a super neat idea in concept. But yeah, it definitely didn't have enough to really make me want to go through the entire thing. Dot Hack Root HD collection. That was the second series they did? Was the Root series? Or no, that was GU was the second series, I think.
How may I help you?
Anything he needs? Nope, okay, we're good. GU was the second, okay. So Root, was Root the third one then? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Dot Hack's Sign was the original. Yeah, oh no, Dot Hack was interesting. I didn't hate it. But I didn't want to play the same game again when the second one came out. It wasn't even really that. It wasn't so much that I wasn't down to play the second game. It's that I realized it's like, I'm going to do all of this again, and I'm going to be halfway done and have to wait for the other two. And I was just kind of like, I'll pass. Rare boots, any good? Run walk, defense, Me. There's a lot of those older series, though, that have just never really been my jam. Like, still have never finished a Tales game. I just can't get into that series. I thought I should. Like, it's got the kind of combat that should be right up my alley, but it just never clicked with me. I played, like, 15 hours of Symphonia. God damn it, a dog. Whoops. Moved my whole window. Sit. There we go. Like I didn't get murdered for that. Yeah, like right now the only RPG I'm really waiting on at the moment is Dragon Quest XI for Switch. I'm gonna grab. Well, waiting for Atlas to remember that SMT5 is still a game. It's never come out, even though they've completely stopped talking about it for 2 years. Dragon Quest is a series I really enjoy, but I've rarely finished. The only Dragon Quest games I've finished all the way through are 1 and 8. Do you remember last time you streamed 3 nights in a row? A couple weeks ago. I've been trying to stream 5 days a week at least, but estate stuff has definitely made that more difficult than I would have liked. Does DQ Heroes count? I suppose I did beat Rocket Slime for the DS. I did play that all the way through. That game was adorable. Gather up junk to launch at other ship. Another series I wanted to go through other games in, but never did, was Star Ocean. Only one I've ever actually gone all the way through was 3, and I didn't do any of, like, the crazy post-game content in that. I enjoyed 3, though. It was really fun. But I remember picking up the next one after that, I think on Xbox 360, and holy shit, that game was bad. Yeah, Clan Crusher, like, I literally just, like, I beat the final boss, and I'm like, I don't think I'm up for what this takes to actually do the post-game stuff. This seems bonkers. Ah, he's gonna die with amp damage on. Just do this. Yeah, I have not heard good things about the Star Oceans that came after 3. Like I said, I played 4 a little bit, and it was like 2 hours, and I was just like, nope, I'm out. I'm out. This sucks. 2's a game I'd like to try again. I picked up 2 after going through FF7, because the first game I got for my PlayStation was Final Fantasy 7. And then, after that, I picked up Star Ocean 2. And that was back in the day where I absolutely hated the idea of not being able to control my teammates in fights. So it didn't stick with me very well. But I wouldn't mind going back and giving 2 another shot. Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter? Never. I fucking hate Dragon Quarter. I own it. There's a copy right on that bookshelf behind me. But I hate that game. I hate the design gimmick of it. It's not the tactics feels dumb. It's a weak take on the Breath of Fire lore. Fuck Dragon Quarter. Dragon Quarter would have been fine if they, like, it would have been okay if they didn't try to ham-fist it into the Breath of Fire series, but... Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Any game that is designed, like... I know I know a lot of people are all about roguelikes now and stuff like that, but, like, imagine picking up an RPG... And the RPG expects you to play it like a roguelike, but you have no fucking idea that you're supposed to be playing it like a roguelike. And that you're not intended to be able to beat the game your first time through. It's like, Shinku, I have a big soft spot for Breath of Fire 1 and 2. I actually am intending to go through Breath of Fire 2 on stream again sometime soon. With my, translation patch repro cart. That's something I really want to do in the near future. Yeah, I mean, encounter rates in Breath of Fire 1 and 2 are a thing. Breath of Fire 1, it's not as bad because you have Marble 3s. And Marble 3s make it a lot more tolerable. Breath of Fire 2 has no equivalent that works worth a damn, so you just gotta fight. But I grew up in that era, so I am just used to it. Like, that said, the later dungeons in Breath of Fire 2... the encounter rate, those are not okay. Yeah, Shinku, 1 and 2 suffer from very, very poor translations. Breath of Fire 2 is one of the worst localizations of a major RPG I can think of. It's bad. Like, there's obviously worse things, especially like on the NES. But that's also because of, you know, the restrictions of it being the NES. Like, Breath of Fire 2's translation and localization is just inexcusably bad. Am I item 450? Yes, because Maru crafted me an entire, set of stuff. The GBA version of Breath of Fire 2 is nice because it doubles the amount of experience and gold you get. Which I didn't like at first, but honestly, it's a fair trade-off to deal with the high encounter rate. So I guess now I need to focus on... Yeah, man, next thing I'll be trying to get the higher end tombstones or whatever. Do I need melds? I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how melds work, Tipo. Sharkskin boots. I think I have sharkskin boots already. We'll check. Water walks. Do I have water walks? Boots. Yep, we're good. Okay. We already have a pair of water walks. But I'm assuming it's going to take me a long time to get out of eye level 450 gear. I'm guessing I will be in that for a while. I kind of feel bad just jumping straight to 450. Like, I feel like I probably should have earned that, but I'm not going to turn down generosity from people.
I am overburdened.
These are not the most impressive drops so far, but that's all right.
Good day.
Got lazy and bought it from the market. Being a streaming advertisement for the free company. I mean, you know. The free company built itself up on its own. I just gave a place for people to chat, that's all. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just always think of healing as, you know, like, you're healing, your DPS doesn't matter. But in 14, that's not necessarily true. Like, you are still expected to get some deeps down in 14.
I can't carry anymore.
Gotta work your DPS healers. Jesus. DPSing as Astrologian was easily my least favorite part of it. It's not the most interesting part of that class. Not by a long shot. None of the other healers have it better. Yeah, I mean, when your DPS consists of, like, 2 or 3 spells, it's like, well... It's hard to make that, really interesting, in my opinion. Is that Suzabi's? Can't remember if I have this. Yes, I do. I'm looking for the Ghost Liberator. That's right. Yeah, I'm excited to actually, like, get good at my class now. I'll probably level something else up eventually, but right now I'm just kind of, I'm like, I need to actually get good at playing Samurai now, and get good at the encounters, because, like I said earlier, fucking melee DPS in that game is no joke. You really gotta know what you're fucking doing. And I lose track of my rotation really easily right now, just because I don't know the mechanics and stuff very well. Like, I understand the concepts of, like, how I'm supposed to be rotating, and, like, it's like, always keep up the 2 buffs, have the dot on. I'm still not entirely... I really don't quite know what the optimal way of spending Kinki is. Like, I feel like making sure you do, empower your Iaijutsus seems like a pretty major part of it, but, like, I rarely end up with, enough Kinki to do one of the really big Kinki spenders, the 50 Kinki spenders. I will if I'm AoEing trash mobs, and I'll just do the line one, because it does a ton of damage. Yeah, now that I at least know what all my skills and stuff are, I need to, I definitely need to do some research. And, like, because I know it's, like, I'm playing a selfish DPS class, so it's, like, I can't, like, the only thing I offer on the table is my damage. So I need to, if I'm missing stuff for damage, then I'm literally failing at the only task that's set before me. What do you bring to the party, Samurai? I bring pain. Yep. Hey, Maya, how are you doing? I mean, it also sounds like Samurai are probably going to get some more love in 5.1 along with ninjas, so... Which I'm totally okay. Yeah, backs making loud sounds is never fun. That's always a bit worrisome. Yeah, I mean, Ninja works with all DPS because, from my understanding, is like, Ninja's entire job right now is trick attack. And that's part of the reason that a lot of people want the class reworked, because it's apparently just like... Everything else about the class is kind of a problem, but they're so important because trick attack just determines a lot of things.
Greetings.
Good day.
Maya, this is slightly modded. It has the pluggy mod. So all that does is enable all the BattleNet only stuff. So like BattleNet only rune words. It enables like the Uber events. So like Diablo clone can spawn in these games. You can farm for the torches and stuff like that. But the only other thing it changes at all is that it gives you an infinite stash, basically, and then allows you infinite respecs. Which is really nice for playing single player, because there's no way to rush a single player character. How do you usually get Stones of Jordan? Keep killing stuff until one drops. That's like, there is no magic formula. If you were specifically trying to find a Stone of Jordan and nothing else, you would probably do Nightmare or Hell and Dariel runs. As I believe she has statistically the best odds of dropping it in the game. But there's 11 unique rings in the game, if I remember right. 10 or 11, I can't remember, but it's like, so it's like, first you need a unique ring to drop, and then you need it to be that specific unique ring. And the Stone of Jordan definitely has a lower drop rate than most of the unique rings, for sure. Yeah, there's definitely, you can look up and see like what boss is the most statistically likely to drop certain items in the game, but unless you're down to like 1 or 2 Grail items or something, there's almost no good reason to farm like that. Because in general, the best way to find stuff in Diablo 2 is just kill everything. Kill mobs and wait for stuff to drop. Kind of surprised Kara isn't home yet. She's not working a double today or anything.
It is an honor to serve you.
She probably had to stay late to get everything shored up since she has tomorrow off. RNG, yup. RNG. Keep pulling on the slot machine till it gives you what you want. So it's gacha. Yeah, something like that. I will probably be rolling the gacha and Fate Go late tonight. I intend to stream some Narrowfest later this evening. If I don't go out with some friends. I'm not sure yet if I'm doing that or not. Like, mostly at this point, I wanna get good mercenary gear. I want to get a call to arms made. I want to get. I only need like a couple more items before I can make my. I could start building my Pit Zerker barb, which is definitely a build I want to get done. Let's see. F? Not F. And 2. Worthless. Small charm. We'll keep that. That's actually a good little charm. That'd be good on a barb or something while I'm leveling it. 20 life ain't bad. I mean, 20 life is the maximum you can roll on a small charm, so it's actually quite good. The stamina is pretty useless. But 20 life charms are 20 life charms. They're useful to have. I'd eventually like to get a different setup for this character. I'd either like to get 3 pieces of Talaraja's set, or switch into like a Shaco, and get some more MF built up, stuff like that. Hey, welcome back, Dast. How you doing? Ah, joke's on you, fool. You poisoned me right as it's time to reset the run. You wasted your chance. Hi, buddy. What you doing?
Good day.
Yeet. Teleporting right into a group of zombies feels bad. Yeah, swapping to like a, I don't know what I would do. Tel's armor, Tel's amulet, and something is definitely a thing. You're playing a Blizzard game. You are correct, Adok. You are correct. Time is tomorrow, Ray. I believe we're starting at 2 p.m. my time. I believe we're starting at 2 p.m. my time, if Yep, Fujin is back to claim his spot on the futon. Yep. He's been using my hoodie as a frickin' blanket for like a week. I'm like, that was freshly washed. So, thanks for that. He's like, it sure was. And now it's mine. That's a terrible rare ring. Jesus. Rare rings in general are, like, one of the biggest, like, fallacies in Diablo 2. Like, you'd think that, like, rare rings technically have a chance to spawn some amazing mods, but it just never happens. Rare amulets you can actually get to kind of match up for stuff that's really optimal. Rare rings, it's almost impossible. Well, well, well. Well, what? What do you want, robot? Once again, it has come to this. I mean, yeah. It's Friday. We do the thing. How you doing, Murph? Oops. Okay. The good news is we're coming up on level 93, and when we hit level 93, I can actually go gamble some amulets, and we can try and craft some good caster amulets. So if we hit level 93 to that tonight, we can do a heavy gambling session and craft a few amulets just for shits and giggles. In theory, I'll need a good caster amulet for my barb. I thought FGO is late night stream. No, in-game gambling of Diablo 2. Only using my fake gold, not my Saint Quartz. But yeah, if I don't go out tonight, I do intend to play some Fate Go tonight. Klaige plays River City Ransom. Which one? If it's the NES game, sure, I'm down. If it's that monstrosity of a modern one that came out a couple years ago, then no thanks, I pass. Because that game is,
Thanks.
that game's special. Murph and PJ took the bullet for me on that one, thankfully. I do not have a streaming 3DS. I was, that was part of my plan when I went to Japan this year, was I was going to get my 3DS modded for capture. And, about 6 weeks before I left, that entire operation got shut down in Japan. So, I didn't get to do it. There's really, like, pretty much if I wanted to have, to do 3DS capture, I would just have to find someone who already has a capture modded 3DS and buy it from them. And it would not be cheap. So, unfortunately, as much as I would love to have the option to capture DS games, because there's a ton of DS games I'd play on stream, without question. Don't think that's gonna happen. Doesn't 3DS capture only work on 3DSs? No, the 3DS capture mod works on all the 3DS models. The good one that you could get in Japan, but the original DS capture mod would only work on the old school, like, fat DS. You couldn't use a DS Lite. But if I was going to do it, I'd do it on a 3DS, to be honest. I wish up and down Nintendo would make DS games just playable on the Switch. That would be so sick. Make the Game Boy player equivalent for the 3DS, but that's a lot more complicated considering the touchscreen aspect and everything. Because, well, can't play the Switch with a touchscreen if you want to have it on your TV, so. It's been simple exactly once, Arlathorn. The Game Boy player on the GameCube. That's it. Which, thankfully, I have one. Yeah, DS flashcards are not the same as Switch flashcards. Yeah, Super Game Boy also counts. Which of those would I play? I'd probably play 1.0, because at least I could be amused by seeing just how bad it was before we got to where we were. The novelty would wear off, but at least I could, you know, just be in awe of where that game was and how it somehow managed to rise from the ashes into what it is now. Like, I know the nostalgia drug of WoW Classic is full bore right now, and it's not surprising it is, but to me it's like, man, there is nothing that could ever get me to play World of Warcraft again, at all. Not even close. Yeah, I need to watch those documentaries. I haven't gotten around to that. I do want to see those. Everybody and their dog on Twitch, though, trying to get that World of Warcraft Classic money. Like, I've seen so many people streaming WoW Classic that, like, are just streaming it. Like, it wasn't even like people who were like, oh man, I played so much WoW back in the day. It's just people have been like, oh man, this is the most popular game on Twitch. I'm in. And it's like, yup. Yup. My cat is yelling at me what do? I don't know. Pet cat? Feed cat? Give cat prey to kill? Then play EverQuest instead. No, did that. I'm good. EverQuest was not a good game. EverQuest was a... Ugh. Ugh. I get why EverQuest was addicting. I definitely do, but... Man, what a video game that was. I shouldn't say was, still is. Remember when EverQuest 2 was going to change the landscape of MMOs forever? Heh. EverQuest had the pizza command for ordering pizza. Now that I did not know. That's hilarious. Yeah, the copycat attempt to follow up WoW's popularity did not go well for most of those games. I honestly think that's why Final Fantasy XIV from 2.0 on succeeded, because it didn't try to be WoW with the Final Fantasy skin. It definitely tried to be its own thing. And FF11 was kind of the same way. Like, FF11 definitely had some similarities with EverQuest and such, but it was still its own thing. I never played 11, but everything I've heard from people who did have kind of always chalked it up to being very much its own MMO. Like, there was not really anything quite like FF11. Yoshi P flat out told his staff to play WoW. I believe that. It was trying to be FF11 too. I could see that. There were times where I was tempted to check out FF11, but I heard all the horror stories of, like, I was very anti any like online game where you couldn't solo. Like, that really just like was a big that was a big sticking point for me with games like that. So, Four socket? Hey, we're gonna make a spirit out of that. Oh, man. DFO drops were special. I had my fun with DFO. I never did get a character to, like, really, really stupid gear levels, but I had fun with it nonetheless. My grappler's fucking, Hell Run drop luck, though. That was special. That was fucking special. That dude got way too many fucking epics.
It is an honor to serve you.
Let's go. Let's go make this spirit real quick. Actually, we can just make it in here. Talthol Ort Am. I think I have all these just sitting right here, actually. I do. Talthol Ort Am. Full. Have an Ort sitting here. Oh, we'll go to the well then. Wart. Wait, that's Am. That would have been bad. Whew. Almost mistake, but not quite mistake. Wart. Am. 27 cast rate. Boo. Alright. We'll be re-rolling that. I'll do that later, though. That doesn't need to be done right now. Because I don't need the higher cast rate on my Sorceress. I'll need a 35% one on my Pit Zerker Barb when I get to it, but... Sometimes think about playing DFO again. DFO is definitely an extremely different game now from everything I've seen. Like... The aspect of it having anything that even resembles playing like a beat-em-up or a brawler is pretty much gone from what I understand. And that was kind of the whole point. That's what made it unique. I'm stunned it's managed to go this long and keep getting updates, but... Nexon fans are rabid. They know what they like. Yeah, no, the Korean fans do not, they do not abandon DFO. I will never forget the wait for female swordmaster to come out, and how they blatantly delayed it to the other new classes because they knew everyone and their dog was gonna roll that fucking class. I never played Black Desert Online. When it first came out, I heard somewhat encouraging things, but they went away quickly. So I was just like, I pass. I also just was not looking for any kind of MMO experience. Oh yeah, Murph, I remember you telling me about that. After a million hours, I finally have this mic arm set up in a satisfying position. Nice. Oh yeah, no. Old school DFO had some bullshit. Some actual bullshit. I mean, weapon grinding by itself is one of the most horseshit things. Never getting into Black Desert Island. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm very content with FF14. It's the only MMOS experience I need.
Blessings to you.
Let's see, we clear that out. Okay, good. Yeah, I definitely remember trying all those various like Korean style MMOs to try and basically for me a lot of times it was trying to replace this. It was trying to replace like how much fun I had with Diablo 2. I mean, I definitely played the Ragnarok Online beta when it first popped up in America when I was in college. Glad I didn't get deep into that game. Jesus Christ. What a fucking hot pile that was. Like, fuck, the amount of grinding you had to do in Ragnarok Online once you start. Like, that was the worst part about Ragnarok Online. Was like, when you started out, the leveling is like really not bad. Like, you could level up at a decent rate early on. And then you get to your class change and it just all fucking falls apart. Welcome, the level 80 gear is really cool. A fist acolyte. I never played Ragnarok Online 2. I didn't even see what it was like. Ethereal? Ooh. Ooh, okay. We got another shot to roll a decent Merc armor. But see, the real question is, do you all know of one of the true great Korean MMOs to actually get brought over to the West? AKA Rusty Hearts. I played that for like 3 hours. Congrats. You, I almost said Rusty Farts. Oh, no, you would have been correct. That is what Murph and I and our buddy Curtis, who we all played it together for about 3 hours, refer to it as. That game was basically trying to be 3D DFO. It didn't work. It was not good. Yeah, Murph, you dabbled in it longer than I did. Man, that game was bad, though. It was just... It had so many problems, top to bottom. Alright, I don't remember the recipe for this, so let me look it up real quick. He was fast, low HP character. Okay. Let's see. Outer cube. Alright. Let's see. Normal body armor. Tau, Thol, perfect topaz. Do I have a perfect topaz? I have one. Okay. We have just enough to roll that. I need to start picking up topazes again. I remember you telling me this now, Murph. Alright. Tau. I got a Thol somewhere. Nope. To the well. Tau, Thol. I need to start picking up thorns again. Alright. Full start. 4. Come on. God damn it. Man, I cannot roll an E-bugged 4 socket to save my life. I've failed like 6 of those now. And they're all coin flips. They have a 50% chance of rolling 4 sockets. And a very small, and like a 18.5% chance, or whatever the other 3 options are, of rolling 1, 2, or 3. So I've lost like 6 coin flips in a row on that bad boy. It's hard finding those fucking ethereal elite bases. Remember Conquer Online? I can't say I've heard of that one. Can't say I have. Oh, I also definitely remember playing Phantasy Star Universe when it came out. That was a fucking dumpster fire.
I can't carry anymore.
Koja, agree. Agree. That game was fucking awful. I never found my way out of the lobby in PSU. I mean, yeah, I believe you. I believe you. PSU just failed to capture any of the charm of Phantasy Star Online at all. Dude, I still can't believe they're finally gonna translate PSO2. That is the fucking weirdest thing to do after all these years. I learned enough Japanese to just play JP PSO2. Damn. Man, I remember trying out a PSO Blueburst server with Murph, because I was like, oh man, I'd be down to play this game again. I love this game. And it was like 4 hours in, and I was just like, never mind. This doesn't do it anymore. SMT Online. Rippin' Pepperoni SMT Online. I never played it, so I have no idea. I'd never really heard a lot about it. You got to the caves and quit. Pretty much, Koja. Pretty much. I put a ton of hours on the original PSO on my GameCube, but yeah, trying to play a Blueburst server later on, I was just like, nah. Nah. I'm good. This isn't something I need in my life. Damn, Maya. Old school internet problems. Mom, why'd you pick up the phone? Fuck! I will never forget getting my own phone line. The most liberating experience of my childhood. The caves really does suck, Cody. You're not wrong. Hey, here's your reward for beating the first boss. This isn't a reward. This fucking sucks. Damn, 200 Hunter on a VMU? That's sick. VMUs were so cool. And I liked my Dreamcast a lot. It's a shame that fucking system just had no chance of survival, because Sega was so bad at everything they did. I played the shit out of my fucking Dreamcast, though. My god. How'd all the court bullshit play out? You mean with the estate? You mean the stuff I'm gonna have to wait 5 or 6 months to see resolved? Yeah, that's how it played out. Alright, Koja, have fun. Even better, I got a text from my youngest sister today, who she's been working at the law firm where her mom's family, you know, works. The one that's trying to, you know, basically fucking thieve out $100,000 of my dad's estate for that mortgage she could make go away in an instant. And my baby sister texted me today, and she's like, if you find it, she's like, I've been trying to help her find another job. She doesn't want to be there for obvious reasons. But she's like, yeah, apparently, she's like, next week they're just gonna dock my pay. Like, they're knocking me down over $600 a month because reasons. And I'm like, fucking sick. What a cool family. Rich people, ladies and gentlemen. Rich people. Eat the fucking rich. So, whatever. I mean, if I have to, I will take care of it my goddamn self. And make sure. Because she's like, I gotta find a different job or I'm not gonna be able to keep up with the bills. I'm like, we'll get it figured out. I'm like, you know what else would help out my baby sister right now? If, you know, my fucking father's life insurance wasn't being held hostage against us for the company business. That would help. That would get her some breathing room while she tries to find another job. But nah. Nah. Fuck families, man. My friends are my family. There's like less than half a dozen actual family members that I wouldn't let fucking just burn down in a building if it lit on fire at this point. It's really bad. I definitely did not roll good RNG on the whole fucking family thing. Yeah, no. That text made me mad. Just a little bit. That one might have pissed me off. 4-socket cost of... I have a 4-socket thresher. There's no reason to keep that. It's not F. Oh yeah, no. I tell people this all the time. I'm like, that whole blood thicker than water thing, that is complete and total bullshit. If your family sucks, get away from them as soon as you are able to do so safely. Like, you don't owe your family shit. If they're shitty people, then you don't need them in your life. Like, I get more family interaction out of the sub-Discord than I do with 99% of my actual blood tie family. Yeah, Lolcam, it is a completely misused quote. You are not wrong. At this point, let me think about this. Who do I have? My mom. My one aunt on Dad's side. That's not the shitty aunt. I'd say my grandmother, but my grandmother is now 11 years into Alzheimer's.
Good day.
To the point where I actively do not go visit her because it's too hard on her to try and remember me. So that one doesn't even really count anymore. Unfortunately. Almost no one on my mom's side. Almost no one. Because, you know, farm boys aren't the most progressive thinking folk out there. Ooh, vortex shield. That could be a thing. 2 socket. Nope. That's the first one of those I've seen in a long time. Yes, dementia sucks. It extremely sucks. Oh, yeah, no. Merc had no chance. Oh, that was brutal. Fanaticism and conviction auras? Ow. Ow. Alright, well. There went 50,000 gold. Let's see. Other family members I don't actively loathe.
Good day.
This is kind of hard, chat. Not gonna lie. Struggling to come up with answers for this one. There's a couple of my cousins on my mom's side that are all right. That I can handle. Let's see. I'm running out of ideas. Legitly running out of ideas at this point. You know. And then my sisters. My sisters are great. And my youngest sister's sister, who isn't actually my stepsister, but we've always just considered her our sister too. Even though we don't share any parents. Like, she was always good. Yeah, I got very lucky with my in-laws. My mother-in-law is a fucking saint. Kara's dad can be tough to deal with, but that's because he's never been the same person since his brain injury back when she was 12, I think, is when it happened. His mentality and maturity is about somewhere of like an early preteen or a teenager, more or less. So he can be difficult to deal with sometimes, but he's a good person, really good person at heart. Kara's told me a lot of stories about how he was before his head injury, which unfortunately I didn't meet him before that. Yeah. Brain injuries are bad. Yeah, that can be the frustrating part with her dad. Like, he's had a lot of issues with like depression and stuff since then, but it's not so much that for the most part he doesn't really think he's any different. So, which helps the depression part of it, but can also lead to some extremely stubborn issues, especially with Kara. But she's worked in mental health for so long now that she deals with it fine. That was definitely a lot harder with my dad after his stroke, because like he knew he couldn't do the things he could do before his stroke, and that was really fucking hard. Yeah, I mean, Kara's been doing medical stuff forever. I mean, her mom entered the RN program after her dad had his head injury, because she kind of realized, it's like, well, I have to be able to possibly take care of this family. Her dad still worked for a long time after that. But I mean, he's a, carpenter and a builder. So he could do, he and Kara's grandfather ran their own business. Like, they just took contracts, would rebuild, renovate, build buildings, all that stuff. But yeah, when she was 12, he was up on the second or third story of some scaffolding, well over 20 plus feet, and lost his footing and fell straight onto it, like fell onto the back of his head, onto the street.
I can't carry
So like,
anymore.
the fact that he, you know, is alive is pretty fucking impressive, to say the least. Murph, that sounds a lot like Kara's grandfather. I mean, he's done very well, all things considered. But yeah, that's a relatable one. Hey, they're Mighting Greaves. I haven't seen those for a while. Too bad they're just regular ones, but that is an armor class you don't see drop very often. God, why do the zombies hit so hard? I mean, I know they have Might Aura on, but these fuckers hit hard sometimes. Take that. So far, we're kind of striking out today on drops. No big runes, no good rune word bases, no Grail drops. Granted, the Grail drops only get harder and harder because, well, less and less items, but... No. Stop trying to die, nerd. You do not yet have my permission to die. That sounds rough. Rough, SFX. SSF. Such a fucking kid that grew up with Super Nintendo. I see fucking F and I immediately want to put X in front of it. Or behind it, whatever. You get my point. Mercenary, please. Stop getting so damaged. Your job is to leave. It was dicey positioning, but whatever, no deal. Doo-doo-doo. I'm seriously wondering where Kara is. I might text her after this run, because she should not be this late. No, Merc, stop. God, you made me quaff like 4 full rejuve potions this run. Your job is to stabby, not to die, nerd. Go do your job. There. Let me just text her real quick. Sorry, I'm reading the follow-up text from my baby sister. I'm actually really proud of my discipline. I didn't just throw my phone through my monitor. So yeah, her uncle, who's the owner of said law firm, is changing my baby sister from hourly to salary and cutting her down almost $8,000 a year to do that. His argument for cutting her pay is that what I'm making now was enough to cover my bills and then some, so cutting my pay should be fine because I should have money saved up. Rich people. Yeah, that's a valid reason to alter an employee's pay rate. Holy fucking shit, I am so done with family. That's not even my family. The good news is, I mean, that's the same uncle that's going to represent her mom in court against us for the estate, and they're gonna get made fucking fools of in court, so... Not that, honestly, her uncle needs any help with that. I don't know how that law firm's open. All that dude does is fucking lose cases. I shit you not. Let me give you an idea of how bad this guy is as a lawyer, right? So, I've known, even before my dad started dating Libby's mom in the late 80s. Well, dating. Dating is the wrong term. Before my dad slept behind my mom's back with Libby's mom. So before I even knew anything about her or her family, my mom's best friend that she grew up with in high school went through a super messy divorce. Really, really messy divorce. Like, abusive-ass husband, like, physically abusive, all that stuff. And said lawyer was her legal counsel, her rep, for the divorce hearing. And let me tell you a little thing about the state of Iowa when it comes to anything involving divorce or custody. The woman wins. That's, like, that's just how it is. It's one of those, like, nope, you're gonna provide blah, 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 you know, all that kind of thing. Like, you are a very, very... You have to fuck up bad to not, like... Especially with the whole, like, abuse part of it and all that kind of shit, right? Yeah, she basically lost her ass in that divorce settlement. Like, completely lost her ass. The only thing she didn't lose was custody of her son. That's how fucking bad this lawyer is. So, yeah. So it's like, yeah, come rep your fucking sister in court against us. That's just saving me problems. But doesn't matter that their law firm's bad. It's a fucking old money family. Like I said, my sister's mom is worth multi-millions amounts of dollars. Like, well into the multi-millions. And she wants to rip out $100,000 from the estate for the mortgage that she signed with my dad on the house. The second mortgage they took out forever ago. It's like, well, about that. Name's on the mortgage, bitch. Have fun. Also have fun proving that you are, you know, financially burdened in a way that you can't handle said mortgage. And, like, I'm pretty sure I've said it before when I've ranted about this, but, like, if she wants to be spiteful to me and my sister because, whatever, she's unhappy with how things ended with Dad or this, that, and the other thing, I mean, whatever, that's fine. You want to be a spiteful bitch to the quote-unquote stepkids. Whatever. Do your thing, I guess. Imperial apologies, but I cannot read said language. I believe that might be Russian or Ukrainian, but I can't read. I'm dumb American and can only read English, and I'm not even very good at that. But welcome to the stream anyway. But anyway, the fact that, you know, her doing this is literally taking money out of her own daughter's pocket. Like, that's part of her, the estate is part of her inheritance too. Like, we're literally working to split it evenly between the 3 kids. Myself, my sister, and my youngest sister. And her mom just like, fuck that! Give it here. So I can pile it on my other millions. Oh, I'm typing English, I just forgot it's time. Oh, okay. No big, no big. Anyway, I'll stop ranting about estate stuff. I know that is depressing and stupid, and that's not why people come to the stream, so. But when you read a text like that in the middle of the stream, kind of hard to not have a moment. What am I playing Diablo 2 for? It's just one of my favorite games, and I'm having fun doing the, trying to complete the holy grail of every item getting dropped in single player. So, this is what I stream every Friday night for fun. Breaks up the routine of my usual streaming stuff. Thanks, Koja. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, I definitely realize that I have good reason to rant, but again, like, I know a lot of people watch streams and come to hang out to get away from shitty things in life, so I try to not keep things too heavy whenever I can help it. My hope is just if we can get this his property that we need to sell sold, and all that stuff. At least then I can kind of back away from it until next year when all the hearings start working out. So. Yeah, Clan Crusher, that was a cool little, like, I don't know if Easter egg is the right word, but just like a lore thing. I thought that was neat. The Assassin's such a cool class. I hate that as the game evolved and moved on, the Assassin pretty much boiled down to, well, you can play a trap assassin, and that's about the only thing that's, like, super viable for doing, like, PvE stuff at high end, which is too bad. Martial Arts Assassins is, like, one of my favorite builds of all time. It's also, like, back when I would actually PvP in Diablo 2, like, Martial Arts Assassins were really fun. It actually wasn't, Murph. Martial Arts was pretty good before Rune Words became the end-all, be-all. Like, you could do some really good martial arts builds, but the problem is that other rune words just made it pretty much outdated. And then between that and when they added synergies to the skill tree, that's what really killed it. Because, like, the various trap synergies were so much stronger. Like, the trap skill tree synergies are just way more powerful than martial arts. Yeah, I mean, melee is just... It's not as good as casting in this game. There's just no two ways around it. Melee is the weaker option, sadly. Yeah, Fulcrum. That's when I remember it kind of hitting its prime, too. But yeah, once synergies and the higher end rune words started getting added, it changed everything. That's maximum mana charm. That's kind of cool. Not gonna waste a large charm slot on max mana, but that's impressive. Yeah, like, the Assassin was a super strong class when the expansion first came out, so, like, even its worst builds were still extremely good compared to a lot of classes. Like, the big thing to remember is until, oh god. Freaking Conviction or
Thanks.
Until Synergies, like, Paladins didn't have a great build. You basically had to play an Avenger if you wanted to do anything. Alright, Depot. Safe travels home and all that. Thanks, Depot. Yeah, Reno, it sure was. It sure was. Yeah, another Venom Ward. Getting a lot of normal uniques, just not shit for elite uniques. Yeah, the Diablo 2 manual was cool. It, like... But that was also back when Blizzard put so much time and effort into everything they did. But, yeah, I remember reading the Diablo 2 manual quite a few times. It just had all kinds of fucking neat stuff in it. Yeah, I same way. I miss game manuals being a good part of the new game experience. Nothing there. Okay. I'm gonna take a short break real quick. Stretch the legs and all that, because I've already been streaming for 7 hours because, whoops, Shadowbringers. Give me a little bit. I'll be back here in a couple minutes, folks. See you for some more Holy Grail stuff in a moment. Alrighty. Thanks for waiting, folks. Sorry, I forgot to click focus back on Diablo 2. So you could actually have some music while I was gone, but sometimes I'm not smart. Shadowbringers was amazing, Tack. Like I said, I'm, right now I'm debating if it's become my favorite RPG ever. Like, I'm having a hard debate in my head about this now. Yeah, Tech, you missed it. I actually, I tweeted it. I pasted the tweet in chat because it got tweeted right as I was doing, finishing up Shadowbringers. What are the alternatives for your best RPG? That's the problem, is I'm having a hard time picking this out. Chrono Trigger is always going to be there. Chrono Trigger is way up there. One of the Personas, I haven't decided which, has to be up there. Probably 5. 5 is just such a phenomenal game, top to bottom. What else could I actually consider in that vein? FF6 was my favorite RPG for a long time. But FF6, like, I still love the game to death, but again, like, knowing how it works and how much stuff doesn't function right, takes a little bit of the luster. JoJo's SNES. Ah, yes. Truly a master. I don't, Tack. I'm not sure. Maybe I've played him online. Don't know. I'm gonna practice Slayer stuff this weekend, for sure. Make sure I've got my Oki down, and the nice part is Slayer's pretty easy to combo for Heiyun. It's a matchup that should be in my favor, to be honest. Heiyun fights Slayer really well. Now, I can still, like, make one mistake and get blown the fuck up, but it's a fight that is
I need a key.
definitely one I can maintain.
I can't carry anymore.
There's a lot of things, like, Heiyun having a projectile that you can literally just leave on screen is a big problem for Slayer. Like, you just put Blue Ball out in neutral, and it completely limits the avenues of approach Slayer has. Like, you don't even push it towards him, really. You just kind of leave it there, and it's like, you really want to instant air dash at me? Because I'm pretty sure you don't. Alright, Clan Crusher. Thanks for stopping in, man. Heiyun has a lot of ways to deal with Dandy Step. Hayabusa chases it down well. Crouching Slash is great at stuffing a lot of Dandy Step stuff. Also, I have a 4-frame crouching jab that really makes a lot of Slayer's not so honest pressure stop functioning very well. Tuner Ball naturally discourages Slayers from backdashing on Wake Up because they can get absolutely destroyed for it. Oh, Slayer still does Guilty Gear damage.
I need a key.
He definitely still does Guilty Gear damage. Oops, too far. So. Oh, word mitosis? Okay. I feel like I might have played him online before, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of there's a lot of Slayers online, so it's like. Yeah, I mean, Slayer players live and die off you getting, ooh, champion sword. That's new. That should be a Grail find. I don't think I have that yet. Ow. Please don't kill me before I get my new sword. Check off a Grail. What is this one? Oh, Doombringer. Okay. I remember that. That used to be a viable PvP sword for barbs back in the day. Many, many moons ago. Small charms any good? Nope. But yeah. No, it's going to be fun to be on Tension Pulse. That'll be fun. I just hope hopefully I don't get fucking mollywopped. Like, even if I don't, obviously I want to win the set, but even if I don't win the set, as long as I don't end up getting like 7-0'd, 7-1, that kind of thing, as long as it's close, then I'll be satisfied. If I can get some good reads on the Slayer player's tendencies, then I feel fairly comfortable in that matchup. But that's the nice part about it being a 1st to 7. Like, I can use a couple games to kind of gauge what the story is. Is Slayer a rushdown character? Yes and no. Slayer relies a lot on kind of like, he has some okay frames on his stuff. But Slayer relies on you getting antsy and pushing buttons when you don't need to. Like, Slayer has a much harder time forcing mistakes on the player in this game. He kind of just wants he wants you to feel more threatened than you should be and make an error. As opposed to him, like, opening you up via crazy rushdown and mix-ups. I mean, in Accent Core especially, like, Slayer got full combos off of his forward kick, which is an overhead. Cross-up dandy was a thing. Cross-up dash is a thing. His command grab was better back then. Like,
It is an honor to
Accent Core Slayer is a top 5 character in that game. He's mad dumb. Whoops, I forgot to go put my stuff away. Let's don't do that. Alright, into the sword pile. That's right, I do not have a Doombringer yet. Sick. Alright, let me check this off the list. Doombringer. Where you at? Swords, there we go. That's one of the 3 elite unique swords. Only 2 to go. Sick. Anji's top 10 in plus R. Plus R tiers are really weird to figure out. It's... The thing about Anji and plus R is the only people who really play Anji have been, like, strict Anji players the whole way. So they have a really good feel for the character. Anji's not terrible in plus R. It's certainly not his worst showing by any stretch of the imagination. I couldn't honestly tell you where I think he would fall into the tier list because I played plus R for less than a year. Seriously. So... It's almost impossible for me to give any kind of fair assessment on where I think he should be in the list.
I
these things have some health. One of these cold immune? Oh, that's why. I was like, why the fuck aren't you dying? Get him, Merc. Oh, nice job. You actually killed that pretty quick. I'm fairly positive I have the partisan. The Pierre... Yeah, Pierre Tomblay. Yep. Already got that. We got at least one Grail find. That's a good one. Like, elite unique swords are not easy to find. That's the second hardest to find one. The hardest to find one is going to take a while, because that's the grandfather, and that thing don't drop. It's hard, Maya. It's hard finding a character. If no one, like, immediately just kind of jumps out and fits the bill for you. I mean, Christ, my entire Xrd career has been character crisis. At this point, I stuck with Heihun because it's the only character I have a lot of fun playing at this point. But there's a lot of matchups with Heihun that I really do not like at all. I am also hoping my boy comes back in 2020. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to hear some... Maybe we'll get a few tidbits of information at Tokyo Game Show. I'm not banking on it, but I think there could maybe be small bits of more info. But obviously they're going to save any new reveals or like character stuff for Arc Revo. I would be very surprised if we got a character reveal at TGS. I think we might get some more info on, like, maybe some of the change or how some of the mechanics are going to work. XR Tommy, I'm never going to be able to focus on fighting games long enough to get good. Fighting games are... If you want to play them, like, actually competitively, not just to, like, have fun with your friends or play online once in a while, stuff like that. Fighting games are the most punishing genre I think you can possibly play. Because, it's the one genre where it's like, even if you put more time in, you might not necessarily get better. Because if you're not learning the right kind of things, or practicing the right kind of things, you could be wasting your time. Fighting games are fucking hard. Like... There's a reason there's no, like... super esports people out there that's like, oh yeah, I'm a top Dota 2 player and also play some FPS, you know. Won a couple leagues, and oh yeah, also I win anime game tournaments, you know. Guilty Gear and all. It's like, no. No, you. Yeah, breaking bad habits in fighting games is really hard. I still have bad habits in Guilty Gear. It's very hard to do. But I still enjoy fighting games a lot. I get more out of the effort I put into fighting games than I would doing speedruns anymore. That's for sure. I have mostly resigned myself to the fact that the only speedrun I'll probably ever do again is Bloodlines. And that's mostly in a keep people the fuck off my lawn spite sort of thing over anything else. Because, well... when you spend 8 years of your life learning a game, you don't really want someone to just walk in and see the latest strats and then fucking X-copy grind it. Because they have nothing better to do with their time. And then just dethrone you. So, I just won't let anyone do that, because luckily I have the luxury of being a full-time streamer, so if anyone ever tries, it'd be like, well, I hope this is your job now, because I can make it mine. Spoilers, I'm more spiteful than you are. I keep waiting for someone to really, really do the Bloodlines grind, and nobody ever does it. It's really weird. People have pushed every other mainline CV to batshit crazy levels. But no one ever steps up the Bloodlines. SSF, welcome back for 3 months. Glad to have you. Congratulations on your super sub-weapon badge. Appreciate you sticking around, supporting the channel. Many thanks. Someone convinced Kara to steal his world record. Problem is, Kara has actual jobs, so, you know. I mean, I think that's part of it, Lolcam. It's not fun. It honestly, unless you're... Soulshade, welcome back for 14 months. I love you and hate you. You're playing Diablo 2 again. No one crazy enough to run Bloodlines. It's pure I hate myself mode. I mean, yeah. It is. It kinda is. Bloodlines don't care about your feelings. I mean, that really is the truth, though. It is not... At the level I run it at now, it's not fun. Like, you're just gonna reset. It's at the point where you can be having a day where it's like, you're playing as good as you can play. Like, your execution's on point, your movement's good, all that kind of stuff, and it can just not matter. Can absolutely not matter. And it's not even like, you know, you have to deal with, like, oh, getting runs deep and losing in the Heartbreakers. It's like, no, you might just never get a run out of stage 2 in a 3 to 4 hour session. The game might just be like, nah. Nah. I won't let you. The Morris run especially. I mean, that's one of the reasons I'll never, ever go back to Lacard unless it's actively threatened. Because even though there is, like, one or two, like, kind of things I missed in the Lacard run. One being the pixel perfect jump in stage 4, super jump onto the gear. And the second being the quick kill on the gear steamer refight. So like those two things are probably worth 4 or 5 seconds total. But like that's mostly it in terms of actual mistakes in that run. And that run's RNG is fucking dumb. Because the Lacard run, stage 1 is a gold split. And it was a gold split by over a second. And you all know how many times I've done stage 1 in Bloodlines. So it's like, have fun with your average runs just starting at a 2 to 3 second deficit. Ah, no, don't click off the window. Yeah, playing a Castlevania game where you literally can't take hits. It changes the speedrun dynamic drastically. I still think CV4 is a harder run overall. The execution in that run is absolutely stupid, and you have parts that are just brutal luck. You know, like, if Boss Mummy says no, then Boss Mummy says no. You know, even Drac, like, Drac can make it so you can't two-cycle him. And it's like, well, that sucks. Thanks for playing. Yeah, Vegas Bridge.
It's locked.
Yeah, CV4 is a not kind hot mess of a run. I would never run CV4 competitively. No chance. Let me respond to this text real quick. Hey, Lazrat. Yeah, you, when did you get gifted? Yesterday, I believe? if I remember right.
Good day.
It's either yesterday or a couple days ago. I can't remember which, but yeah. Enjoy the gift. I'm not positive, but I think next month for September, people who got gifted subs can extend it for half price if they've never subbed on their own. But I'm not positive on that. I'll have to get confirmation on that. Okay, it was today then that you got gifted. That's right. I couldn't remember if it was today or the other day. Yep, September starts on the 3rd. 3rd through the 24th. If you're wondering why September isn't the entire month of September, well, if they had it running through TwitchCon, none of their big partners would actually go to TwitchCon. So they kind of put themselves behind the 8 ball on that one. This is going to take a minute. GDQX is a thing this year, so I will not be here while TwitchCon is going on. I will be working. Do not die. Hello. How are you? Lucky you.
What you doing?
Playing some Diablo 2. Same thing we do every Friday, Pinky.
Doing anything good so far?
I got one Grail drop so far. Exactly. Try and take over the world of Diablo. Yeah, Reno, definitely. Would you get back to Alcahest? So I'd love to see someone who actually wants to give that game the devotion it deserves. But I had a ton of fun learning it and churning out a decent run, but I would not be willing to deal with the RNG. That game's got some brutal RNG. I enjoyed the few things I found, like the few alterations to kind of some of the fights. Hey, Wonder Kindest. Yup, today was the end of Shadowbringers. Want to complete a run of Saga Frontier 2? Oh, damn. I don't know anything about running the Saga games for a time. I've never played any of the Saga games other than, I know I've talked about this on stream. The PS2 one that, I was just like, I don't know if I'm stupid or if this game is bad, but I don't get it. Yeah, Shadowbringers was amazing. Absolutely amazing top to bottom. Fucking loved it. I remember watching PJ play. What'd he play on his channel? Was that Saga Frontier for PSX? That looked fun. But yeah, I've never played any of the Saga games in any real capacity. That's a series I'm surprised they haven't tried to relaunch in some format in the modern space. It feels like something they would at least try to get out, but I guess it was never, I mean, it's not like it was ever a huge property for Square. Definitely seemed like one of those games that maintained its popularity in Japan a lot more than it ever did West. Oh, is there? That's cool. There'll be some stuff at TGS. Oh, God. No. I do not want to die when we're this close to a level. That would suck rocks. Yeah. Yeah, there's just, man, there's so many RPGs from past generations that I've never gotten to that I'd really like to. But the big thing about, like, sometimes committing to an RPG on stream is kind of scary because, like, you know, especially if I'm going to do one, I'm kind of OCD about doing a lot of stuff, so I'm signing myself up for, you know, 50 plus hours of stream time, and if it ends up being a dud, you're kind of like, well, shit, now what? And it doesn't feel good to abandon stuff, you know, partway through a playthrough. But it feels like with most retro RPGs, people tend to be down. But in defense of RPGs, Ham Sheet. Oh, good old Ham Sheet. Breath of Fire 3 and 4 were awesome playthroughs. Those I enjoyed. Super enjoyed. Breath of Fire 4 was so good. I don't think I'll ever replay either of those games. I definitely wouldn't replay 3. 3 was super fun, and it'd be cool to do a different build, team build, so to speak, but the parts of 3 that are slow and clunky are fucking slow and clunky. And Breath of Fire 4, I don't think I could play again because I don't think I could look at Yuna and not be thrown into a fit of rage. That it's just like, well, no repercussions. None. And I'm just like, no. No. Fuck you. Fuck you. Maya, I played Resonance of Fate for one stream, and then it was shortly after that I went to Faustings, and then it was quickly after that when Dad started really going downhill, so I still want to go through that, and I might give it another crack. But it's so closely associated right now with that time frame where everything went bad that I haven't been able to bring myself to go back to it. Oh no, you're fine. Bringing it up is not a problem at all. It's a game I really do want to play. I think the combat and stuff is super neat in that game. The story is fucking weird, but I feel like it might get interesting enough for me to give a shit. But yeah, I wouldn't rule out me going back to Resonance of Fate and doing a proper playthrough. But yeah, it's just kind of a any of the games that I had unfinished before Dad passed away, like, I have just kind of decided that for now I'm just leaving them alone. Because I want to spend as much time looking forward and not back as I can. So I still definitely want to finish Valkyrie Profile. Because it's like, one, the game's awesome, and I really want to actually get a full playthrough of it. Two, that's like one of the most ridiculously generous gifts I've ever gotten since I started full-time streaming. Like, Valkyrie profile PSX in good condition is not something you just find. You bitch. How dare you. That's 50,000 gold. Oh, hey. Free portal. Well, that helps. Oh, Jesus.
Good day.
Holy shit, indeed. My merc died. I am now 50,000 gold poor. Soulshade, thank you for the 10 sub bomb. God damn. Thank you so much for the generosity, friend. Much appreciated. Let's see what we got here. Vladimiris, welcome to you. Linkbean, welcome. Alakazam, 1993, welcome as well. Kochi Sab, or SAB, not sure. Welcome to you. Green Eyes, welcome. Final Rose, FF14, welcome to you. Took me a minute to read that one. Sagittary, hopefully I'm saying that one right. Welcome to you. Edge the Holy One, welcome back for a second month. Rafik, welcome to you. And Crimmy, welcome back for a second month. Those of you who are new to the Klaige community, we have to give proper welcome and thanks when anybody gets sub-bombed into our hot mess here. So, hello there. Congratulations on your gifts of becoming 25% more efficient at making poor life choices. Square times 10. Square. Blip. Enjoy your emotes. Check out the sub Discord if you'd like to. Soulshade, thank you so much for the generosity, friend. Definitely appreciate it. Also, apologies that I didn't go super ham on the voice. Diablo 2 tears up my voice because I talk almost non-stop while I'm playing it. Ran in for the VA for Lynn. Oh, that's really cool, Felly. That's neat. What time is it? 8:30. Let's do this in a couple more runs, and then I'm definitely gonna need food here soon. And I just got text that I am gonna go out with friends tonight, so I won't be doing the late night Fate Go stream. Probably do that maybe tomorrow night, because I don't think I have to get up super early on Sunday, so I should be able to do a late night stream. But if I'm going to go drink with friends by the fire pit, I need to actually eat some food and stuff, or that's not going to go well.
I am overburdened.
First raid night went well. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Angelic. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Definitely looking forward to tomorrow. Why did I do that? I don't know, because I'm dumb. That's why. How to Diablo by Klaige. Hit the Diablo buttons. Man, Almarat was so fucking cool. I definitely will go back and do some of the side quests there, without question. Amarat was a fucking masterful dungeon. All the dungeons were so good. Like, I struggle to come up with anything negative about Shadowbringers. I really do. I think the most negative thing I can say about Shadowbringers is that Ranjit felt like a very uninspired mid-boss. Like, Ranjit might be the only thing that I'm kind of like, eh. Everything else I'm super down with. I hate that they keep twisting the knife on being like, oh, which Scions are gonna die? Which ones are gonna die this time, guys? And then having it not stick. Because I know they're just setting us up for fucking awful things somewhere. not F, damn. Like, Ranji felt like his arc and his general, like, entire character and story felt like something that would have made a lot more sense in Stormblood than Shadowbringers.
Thanks.
And yeah, I suppose if I had one other nitpick about Shadowbringers, it's that we have to deal with Xenos again, and I'm not excited about that. Yeah, Ranji really did just feel like the way you have a solo duty early on that you lose horribly, like it literally felt like Xenos 2.0. And I'm like, but I don't want Xenos 2.0. I didn't want Xenos 1.0. Alright, Soulshade, thank you so much for the generosity, friend. And I'm always happy to hear people picking up FF14. I will fucking recommend FF14 to goddamn anyone. Seriously. Not a, I see. It's like that. The parting shot sub-bomb. Soulshade, thank you so much for the 5 sub-bomb in addition to the 10 earlier. Let's see what we got here. Dr. Zircon, welcome back for 13 months. Dizzy Bum, welcome to you. Epic Average, I like that. That's a solid Twitch name. Welcome to you. Vestman, welcome as well. And G-Man Crib, welcome to you. Those of you new to the community, again, allow me to give you the proper Klaige welcome. Hello there. Congratulations on your gifts of becoming 25% more efficient at making poor life choices. Square times 5 square. Blip. Enjoy your emotes. Check out the sub Discord if you'd like to. Soulshade, thank you again. Much appreciated, friend. Lacquered plate. That would be Tal's armor if it ever fell as a set piece. But no. Never happened. Bastards. Grab these are juice.
I am overburdened.
The sparkly chest has been a total dud today. It has not been coughing up the goods. Not in the least.
It is an honor to serve you.
Good news is we've made more progress towards level 93. Almost getting there. Once I hit 93, I really don't care beyond that. None of my builds matter beyond that. It's just getting to that level so I have at least one character who can gamble amulets to properly craft. Because the big thing with getting to 93 is that a level 93 character, if you gamble amulets at the shop, those amulets will basically be given an eye level that's high enough that if you craft the magical ones, you have the ability to roll +2 to a character's skills and 20% faster cast rating. And some of those are the best amulets you can have in the game. But if you aren't level 93, your amulets aren't guaranteed to be a high enough eye level for you to get +2 to skills on them when you craft them. So 93 is kind of a magic number for that. I can tell you right now, I definitely do not intend to ever level any of these characters to 99, because fucking shit doing that in Diablo 2 sucks. It's like, if you've all seen how slow the XP bar moves for these runs, once you get to like 95, it's so much worse. And 97, 98, and 99 are asinine for the amount of experience you need. Once you get to like 95, 96, literally the only things you can do that are worth the effort for experience are like Bale runs, Neelathok runs, and maybe the Chaos Sanctuary.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, no, the Diablo 2 leveling system is not good, CB Maniac. That is definitely something Diablo 3 improved upon. Because the big thing is like, the later levels really don't matter. Like, the difference between 85 and 95 for most characters is completely irrelevant, because most of the time your build's already finished at that point. Is this an Ethereal Ogre X? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That might be the last fancy thing of the night. Try and roll that into something good. If that pops with four open sockets, then we could, in theory, turn it into an infinity base. And the back end of this run was stacked with shit. Holy God. This last hallway was all the enemies. Nothing there. Alright, let's go, I don't even know if these can roll with 4 open sockets. Pretty sure they can. I don't remember exactly what the recipe is, but we're gonna look here. I think it's a perfect amethyst. Let me look here. Let's see. Normal weapon. Ral Am, perfect amethyst. Okay. Easy enough. Ral Am Piami. Hey, Spruce Zeus. Welcome back. Ah, so close. Damn, if that was 4, we would have been... That definitely could have been a good F base. How'd I like Shadowbringers? Absolutely incredible. Like I said, I've been telling stream, I'm having a hard debate in my head if it's not my favorite RPG ever now. Because goddamn was it good. Up there. Alright. Well, we found one Grail item. Let me save that. Yeah, I think this might be a good stopping point. I know the Diablo 2 portion of the night wasn't nearly as long as the normal Holy Grail Friday streams, but it was worth it to get through Shadowbringers. But I'm gonna give myself some time to get food, take the dogs for a walk, and all that good stuff before I go meet up with friends and all that. So, yeah, I think this is a good stopping point for the night. Thank you so much, everyone, for the generosity today. I really appreciate it, as always. Be back tomorrow for first day of raiding in FF14. And I don't know what I'll do after. I won't play FF14 all day. But we'll figure out what the plan is. Maybe more DK64 or something like that. We'll see what we feel. But we'll definitely get some stuff going. But thank you so much for all the gift subs, the bits, the resubs, and all the generosity as always. Thank you for all of you who've joined me for the fucking 240 hours of Final Fantasy XIV that have appeared on this channel at this point, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm excited for some more stuff. And this will open up more streams to do some other things, which is nice. So let me see if I can find you guys a raid target real quick. Like, wow, there's nobody going. It's almost like it's Friday night and people have lives. All right, screw it. Go raid the streamer of your choice if there's one you like. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, and enjoy the holiday weekend. Hopefully you all have 3-day weekends going on, if not more. So take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good night.